David Fincher is known as a perfectionist, a master of the dark and twisted. But what if his notorious reputation, his cold, precise visuals, and his unsettling stories are all in service of one goal? Revealing uncomfortable truths about who we are. I'm going to break down how David Fincher's technical mastery isn't just about making cool-looking movies, it's about holding a mirror up to the darkest corners of the human soul. What's up folks, Chris from Cinema Hooked, and today I want to talk about the brilliant mind of David Fincher. Sure, his films have grossed over $2.1 billion worldwide and earned him numerous accolades, including 3 Oscar nominations for Best Director, but his greatness isn't just about numbers. A David Fincher film is an unmistakable experience. His commitment to meticulous planning is legendary, but it all serves a deeper obsession: psychological truth. He crafts films that are not only consistently brilliant, but brilliantly consistent, leaving his unique and incredible stamp on every single frame. I'll explore how his visual architecture, his demanding direction, his invisible innovations, and his thematic obsessions work together to create some of the most compelling films of the modern era. First things first, you absolutely know a David Fincher film when you see one. His visual style is built on a foundation of control. He loves a detached, observational camera that glides with an almost unnatural smoothness, avoiding the shaky, handheld feel many modern films embrace. This creates a sense of omniscience, like the camera is a dispassionate observer, doomed to watch the events unfold. Fincher himself says he loves this idea, a camera that moves perfectly and has no personality, suggesting that what we're seeing was always destined to happen. This feeling is amplified by his signature color palette. His films are famous for their muted, desaturated colors, often dominated by sickly greens, cool blues, and industrial grays. This isn't just a stylistic choice, it creates a somber, moody atmosphere that perfectly matches the dark themes of his stories. Think of the perpetuality rain-slicked grim city in Seven. The darkness isn't just in the sky, it's woven into the fabric of the world itself. He's a master of low-key lighting, using deep shadows to build suspense and hint at the psychological state of his characters. In Seven, the killer, John Doe, is often concealed by shadow, his face obscured to create a dark, enigmatic personality that is as twisted as it is unknowable. But Fincher's control of the frame goes way beyond color and shadow. He's famously sparing with his close-ups. He understands that every time you cut to a close-up, you're screaming at the audience that this detail is critically important. By using them so rarely, he makes them hit with incredible power. The rest of the time, he often uses wide shots, not to create distance, but to immerse yourself in the character's environment. From the gritty urban decay of Fight Club to the sprawling obsessive investigation in Zodiac, Fincher's visual language is a core part of his storytelling. He paints gorgeous, gloomy, and unforgettable worlds that are as psychologically oppressive as they are beautiful. David Fincher's reputation as a demanding director is the stuff of Hollywood legend. He's notorious for his almost mythical 100th take method, a process that pushes his cast and crew to their absolute limits. But this isn't sadism, it's a calculated technique to get a specific kind of performance. So why does he do it? Fincher's goal is to strip away the acting. He wants to exhaust his actors to the point where they stop performing and simply start behaving. Through endless repetition, the practiced line readings and the rehearsed gestures fall away, leaving behind a raw, unvarnished naturalism. The performance becomes so ingrained that it's no longer a conscious choice, but an instinct. This is how he achieves a grounded, behavioral truth that makes his characters feel so terrifyingly real. Rosamund Pike, describing her experience on Gone Girl, said the process felt almost cultish, a completely new way of working where you just go and go and go. Unlike other famously demanding directors, Fincher is deeply engaged with his actors throughout this grueling process. He knows exactly what feedback to give to guide a performance, harmonizing every single element on screen. The result is a filmography filled with career-defining work. Think of Jesse Eisenberg's rapid-fire, resentful portrayal of Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. That iconic performance wasn't just Aaron Sorkin's script, it was forged in the crucible of Fincher's process, with some scenes reportedly taking over 90 takes. The resentment simmering under the surface feels chillingly authentic because Fincher mined it from his actors. Take after take, or consider Jake Gyllenhaal in Zodiac, whose descent into obsession feels like less acting and more like a documentary unfolding in real time. The exhaustion you see on screen was likely very, very real. Through this obsession method, Fincher captures something messy, human, and true. While Fincher is known for his psychological intensity, one of his biggest contributions to cinema is his secret weapon: invisible visual effects. When we think of CGI, we usually picture explosions or fantasy creatures, but Fincher uses it as a storytelling tool in nearly every frame, creating a seamless, hyper-controlled reality. His true trademark is deception. It's almost impossible to tell where the real world ends and the digital one begins. His films are filled with thousands of VFX shots, even in dramas that seem to have none at all. In Zodiac, set in 1960s and 70s San Francisco, many skylines and exteriors were digitally created or modified to ensure historical accuracy. In The Social Network, the famous Henley Royal Regatta scene was almost entirely computer generated. Even the blood in his films is typically digital. This isn't about cutting corners, it's about control. Using digital blood lets him shoot dozens of takes of a violent scene without the crew having to reset and clean everything each time. Fincher uses these tools to achieve an eerie perfection in his camera movements. The camera in Panic Room appears to move through solid objects like keyholes and vents, not as a gimmick, but to establish a geography of dread. This isn't a human camera operator, it's a virtual one, unburdened by physics that can track action with chilling precision. He also uses these tools to subtly enhance the narrative. By combining different takes of actors into a single shot, a process called split-screen composition, he can perfect the timing of a conversation down to the millisecond, ensuring every glance and pause lands with maximum impact. For Fincher, CGI isn't there to be noticed, it's a tool used in service of the story to immerse you so completely that you never question the reality you're seeing. So we have suffocating visuals, psychologically stripped down performances, and invisibly perfect execution. But what does it all serve? It all comes back to Fincher's core obsession, the darkness of the human heart, the nature of obsession itself, and the terrifying unreliability of truth. Every technical choice is designed to put the audience in an uncomfortable but fascinating position, making us voyeurs to the moral decay and alienation that defines his worlds. His filmography is a journey into the shadier parts of the human nature. He explores jealousy, compulsion, and manipulation not as plot devices, but as fundamental parts of our condition. The characters in his films are almost always flawed people grappling with their own obsessions. Zodiac isn't just a movie about finding a killer. It's about how the obsession with finding the truth can destroy you, leaving you with nothing. Fight Club explores toxic masculinity and the alienating emptiness of modern consumer culture. And Gone Girl masterfully dissects the lies and the performances that can exist at the heart of a seemingly perfect marriage. Fincher rarely offers easy answers. His films often end on a note of ambiguity, refusing to give us the neat resolution we crave. The ending of Zodiac is famously unsatisfying, mirroring the real-life uncertainty of the case. He challenges the audience to sit with that discomfort, to confront the idea that sometimes the truth is simply out of reach. He's drawn to stories about the salacious interest of what's going on in that house at the end of the cul-de-sac. The idea that nothing is ever as perfect as it seems. By combining his cold, precise style with these dark, complex narratives, he creates a powerful synergy. The technical perfection of his filmmaking makes the psychological chaos of his characters feel all the more potent and disturbing. David Fincher's genius lies in the perfect fusion of his obsessive technical precision and its profound psychological depth. He is an architect of mood, a taskmaster of performance, and a silent innovator. But every calculated camera movement, every muted color, and every grueling take is in service of a singular vision, to explore the unsettling truths of our human nature. His films hold a mirror up to society, revealing the corruption, obsession, and moral ambiguity lurking just beneath the surface. He's been nominated for 3 Academy Awards for Best Director and has won a Golden Globe, a BAFTA, and multiple Emmys, cementing his place as one of the most respectful filmmakers in his generation. But his true legacy isn't just in the awards. It's the way that his films stick with you, in the questions they force you to ask, and in the chilling recognition that the darkness on screen might not be so different from the darkness within. He doesn't just make movies. He crafts immersive, thought-provoking, and deeply unsettling experiences that redefine what cinematic storytelling can be. What's your favorite David Fincher film? For me, it's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. The cast perfectly bringing the pages of the novel to life, the environment the story takes place, the atmosphere created, and the tension we get from all of these perfect elements of filmmaking. It's his best film in my opinion, but feel free to disagree in the comments. Also, which of his techniques do you find most effective in his films? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the world of cinema. Thanks for watching. Bye.